All right, good morning. Today we're going to talk about coterminal angles. I'm just now realizing as I'm making this video that you've already been watching some videos, so I guess welcome to the third one. I have a fun song for you. Let's see if you know who the artist is of this song. Ready? Okay, that's all I'm going to share. And if you're wondering why I'm playing the song September, not because it's September, it's not even September. Maybe I'll tell you a story to remind me if I remember what my story is. Okay, so let's get the map. We're talking about coterminal angles. You guys have already learned about coterminal angles before, but it's important for us to remember what they are and how we can find them. So let's actually define coterminal angles. And before we do that, let's think about what the prefix co means, like co-pilot. Why is that the only word that I can think of? Well, you could probably come up with more, but what does the prefix co mean? And we've already defined what the term terminal means, so co-terminal, co-terminal. Okay, get to it already. Okay, so what are coterminal angles? They're angles with the same initial side and terminal sides, and every angle in standard position has an infinite amount of coterminal angles. So if you think about that, when we have angles, we could indefinitely keep going around, rotating around, right? So, we have our first angle, go around, a full rotation, have its coterminal angle, and, we could come up with an infinite amount. So I have this question for you. It says, given an angle measure in radians, how could you find a coterminal angle? So what I'd like you to do is take a minute here, write down a response, and then go ahead and unpause me. Okay, so here's how I would have responded to this question. So beta being whatever our angle measure is, or sorry, our radian is, I could either subtract 2 pi or add 2 pi. So why 2 pi? Well, think about what 2 pi represents, right? Pi is one rotation. It doesn't matter if we go clockwise or counterclockwise, we would still get its coterminal angle. Also note that if the smiley face wasn't on the page, this would not be as much fun. Okay, so let's put this into action. So we're going to find one positive and one negative coterminal angle for each given angle measure. So what I'd like you guys to do is do exactly what we just talked about and find a coterminal angle both in the positive and negative direction. So go ahead, put me on pause, actually do it, and then we'll check our answers. All right, let's see how you did. So I'm not actually going to read all of these out loud to you. So if you need to pause me so you can see the screen more, go ahead and do that. But ultimately, for each of these, I added 2 pi in one scenario, and I subtracted 2 pi in another scenario. That's what we talked about. Woo! Okay, so let's look at a couple more examples here. It says now determine two coterminal angles, one positive and one negative for the given angles. So now we're talking about in terms of degrees. Remember last time it was in terms of radians, so we were just adding and subtracting 2 pi. So how might we do this time? Degrees, full rotation. Well, okay, colors are important. Okay, so think about it. How would I have 2 pi in degrees? Well, 2 pi in degrees would be adding 360, right? And then in terms of subtracting 2 pi, that would be subtracting 360 degrees. Let's have you guys go ahead and try finding the two coterminal angles, one positive and one negative, for the 45-degree angle measure and the negative 420-degree angle measure. Go ahead, put me on pause. All right, so let's take a look. 45 degrees. I just want you guys to keep in mind that there are multiple correct answers for this, but here's some answers that I had. 445 degrees at 360, I get 405 degrees. So here was my 445 degree angle. Notice that my coterminal angle has the same initial side, and then it ends up having the same terminal side. Same thing for this negative 315 degrees. Same initial side, same terminal side. Last but not least here, this negative 420 degree angle. Notice that that angle looks like such. Add and subtract 360. So here, same initial side, same terminal side, 60 degrees. Sorry, that's a negative 60. And then positive 300 degree angle. All right. So in conclusion, knowing what the initial side and terminal side and vertex of an angle are, we have positive angles, negative angles, and coterminal angles. Make sure we know how to find those in radians and degrees.